How does your brain convert new information into knowledge? The way we make sense of the world and learn new things is by associating it to what we already know. We're not recording devices. Learning is actually associative. This is exactly what working memory does. It's the bridge between knowledge and new information. So to optimize learning, we need to develop our ability to amass knowledge, which is very doable. And we also benefit from a strong bridge. Working memory might very well be the most important processing skill for learning. Nearly every mental task requires we use our working memory. If you are a parent, educator, or design material to be learned by others, once you appreciate the strengths and limitations of working memory, you can apply them. Working memory refers to our ability to hold on to and manipulate information. It can also be thought of as the ability to mentally juggle information, which includes deciding whether to retain it and work with it, store it, or discard it. Working memory is described as limited capacity system that allows for the temporary storage and manipulation of information that is necessary to complete complex tasks such as comprehension, learning, and reasoning. Anytime we need to hold on to information while making sense of it and deciding what to do with it, we are using working memory. We rely on working memory all day, every day, when doing things like reading, having a conversation, and following instructions. In fact, it is difficult to think of a learning task that does not require working memory. Working memory is one of the 3 processing skills, along with attention and processing speed. These skills are interdependent, so you can think of them as parts of a bike that work together. Using this metaphor, working memory is the gears, which are critical to the mechanics of the bike, and they keep the bike moving efficiently. The brain often calls information into working memory from its long-term memory when thinking or working on a task. For example, think about when you're asked how to get from home to a friend's house. You have to remember where you live, where your friend lives, and everything along the way. You remember all the times you've made the trip. And in order to give these instructions, you pull all this information into working memory. The key to understanding working memory is that it is restricted by both capacity and time, meaning a person can remember a certain amount of information for only a brief period. The period of time is believed to be less than a minute, unless the person puts cognitive effort into storing the information. The fact that time is a limiting constraint on working memory suggests that if information flows more quickly through the components of working memory, then more can be temporarily processed. One way to think of working memory is as a control tower at an airport. Information comes in constantly from pilots needing to coordinate safe departures and arrivals. The control tower's role is critical, which makes it a good analogy for working memory because working memory plays such an important role in learning. The control tower's task is to take in all of the information, make decisions, and give the right instructions to the right people. Without the control tower, this process would be chaos. As you may have guessed, working memory has a limited capacity. However, it serves as a gateway to long-term memory, which is critical to learning success. Once we encode and store information into long-term memory, the capacity is virtually unlimited. We're often overloaded with information, which inhibits learning. Or if a student feels pressure to perform academically, it can put a strain on the central executive of working memory. This can result in poor performance. The 2 things you need to remember are working memory can be measured and working memory can be enhanced with proper training.